So today, in a very interesting vintage sports file, we're going to be talking about the three faces of Ron Anderson. The three faces of Ron Anderson. What are you talking about, Jeffrey? Well, three major league players in the 1970s era, or around that time, played either the WHA or the NHL. So first, we're going to be talking about Ronald Chester Goins Anderson, born July 29, 1945 in Red Deer, Alberta, a 6 feet, 170-pound right winger who skated in the NHL with Detroit Red Wings, the LA Kings, the St. Louis Blues, and the Buffalo Sabres. Now, he was also the first player to score a goal in WHA history against the Ottawa Nationals for the Alberta Oilers in their 73 campaign. Now, he first came to major prominence in the Detroit Red Wings system, playing with Hamilton and Memphis of the OHA and the CPHL in 66. Now, in 67, he played with the Memphis Wings of the CPHL, 68 with Fort Worth of the CPHL, then three consecutive seasons in the NHL. 68, he played with Detroit for 18 games with 2 goals. 69, he split time with Detroit and LA. 63 points, 63 games, 8 points, including 3 goals. Now, in 1970, he found himself in the Buffalo Bison system for St. Louis and made the big club, scoring 18 points in 59 games. 71, in an ironic twist of fate, he ended up back in Buffalo with the Sabres with 26 points in 74 games. 72, he split time with Buffalo and its affiliate in Salt Lake. 37 games with Buffalo and 26 with Salt Lake. A combined 7 goals, 14 assists, and for 21 points. Now, his jump to the WHA was great that first season with Alberta. 80 points in 77 games, including 32 goals. 74, he was part of the Oilers franchise again, this time named Edmonton with 7 points in 19 games, and he wrapped up his minor league career in the NAHL with the Mohawk Valley Comets with 52 points in 64 games. Now, that Ron Anderson, again, part of hockey history. The second Ron Anderson we're going to be talking about is Ronald Frank Anderson. He played 115 games in the WHA for the Chicago Cougars and the Cleveland Crusaders. Now, he was born in Dryden, Ontario, November 15th, 1948, and first came to major prominence, again, with the Hamilton Red Wings in the 1966 season, and then jumped to the St. Catharines Blackhawks of the OHA. Now, he's defenseman, again, 6 feet, 185. He played the majority of 7 seasons in the minor leagues. 69, he played with the Greensboro Generals of the EHL, then with the Brantford Foresters and the St. Thomas Barons of the WOJAHL, then with the Greensboro Generals for 2 seasons again in 70 and 71, then with the Phoenix Roadrunners, Tulsa Oilers, and Greensboro Generals in 72. Finally made Major League Hockey in 73 with Chicago Cougars with 29 points in 74 games in his rookie campaign. 74, he split time with Chicago, the Jacksonville Barons of the AHL, and the Winston-Salem Polar Twins. With Winston-Salem put up some immense numbers, 59 points in 49 games, and he had 2 games with the Cougars that year. 75, he played with the Cape Codders of the NAHL and the Cleveland Crusaders of the WHA. Now, 76, he played with the Tidewater Sharks and the Winston-Salem Polar Bears, Polar Twins yet again. 77 with Winston-Salem, and then wrapped up his minor pro career with the Brantford Alexanders and the Welland Steelers in 78 and 79 with the OHA Senior League. Final WHA totals, 38 points in 115 games. Now, this second Anderson was a tremendous defensive defenseman, a lot of respect within the WHA, but it was, again, slightly confusing for the announcers because there was no, like I said, there was 2 Andersons already, and this third one came in. And ironically, this was a hometown hero in New Brunswick, Ron Anderson. Now, Ronald Henry Anderson, from Moncton, one of the best hockey communities in Canada, 5'10", 165-pound right winger, eventually played for the Washington Capitals of the NHL. Now, Ron first came to major prominence with the Boston University Terriers of the ECAC in a 71 campaign with 41 points in 31 games. 72 with the Boston University Terriers again, 46 points in 31 games. Now, eventually ended up being undrafted, which was kind of a shock because the Terriers were recruited like crazy. He played 2 years with the Boston Braves of the AHL, put up some really tremendous numbers, 70 points in 73 games in 73, and 55 points in 75 games in 74. Now, he first moved to Major League Hockey in that infamous 75-75 season for the Capitals with 16 points in 28 games. And he also played that year with the Richmond Robins of the AHL with 39 points in 38 games. 76, he split time between Richmond and New Haven of the AHL. The point totals were way down, actually. 37 games, 3 assists, 3 goals, 6 assists for 9 points. Now in 77, he found himself with Villachar SV of the ENL League in Europe, and then in 78 with Winery V of the EHL League in Europe. In both seasons, he averaged 27 goals. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Now, because he was in the Philadelphia Flyer system with the Richmond Robins, he eventually, when he headed to Europe, he won a league title twice over there, which became him the major province. Now, Anderson continued his coaching, his hockey career, this time as a coach, where he came a mid-season replacement for the Welland Lewis Steelers. In 81, he joined the staff at Merrimack as an assistant, and it was picked as a replacement for Bruce Parker on the eve of the Warriors' return to Division I NCAA. Now, after finishing as a runner-up in the last Division II championship for 8 years, Anderson led Merrimack as a concurrent DI independent and ECAC East member for the next 5 years that had tried to find a permanent home. Despite the difficulties not being a major conference, the Warriors steadily improved until they compiled a magnificent 34-win season in 88, the best in the history of the school as of 2016. Their performance couldn't have come at a better time because NCAA expanded the playoffs and Anderson's team became the first independent squad invited to the postseason since 1960. Now it's satisfied with simply making the cut. Merrimack dropped the first game to Hockey East champion Northeastern before riding them in the second game to take the opening series 10-8 on aggregate. In the quarterfinals, they defeated eventual champion Lake Superior State 4-3 in the first game before their luck ran out and the Warriors were drubbed 5-0 to lose the series. After another stellar season, Merrimack was finally accepted in a major conference, joining Hockey East for the 1990 season. Their winning ways, however, didn't continue until their new full-time Division I schedule. Anderson team won only 8 games that campaign and would improve only marginally over the next few years. For the first 9 seasons in Hockey East, the Warriors would come close but never achieve a winning season. Between 1990 and 1997, Anderson was unable to get a single postseason victory, going 1-9 in the Hockey East tournament. In 98, however, he shocked the conference by defeating his top-ranked alma mater, Boston, twice to reach the semifinals. Before the second round began, Anderson was told his contract would not be renewed, and a 7-2 loss to Boston College turned out to be his last game behind the bench. Now, Anderson later accepted a position as an amateur scout for the Chicago Blackhawks in 99 and served in the capacity for 9 seasons before being named Director of Player Recruitment in 2008. Anderson continues to serve in that capacity as of 2017 and has seen his name etched on the Stanley Cup 3 times in 2010, 13, and 15. Again, awards and achievements: 72-73 AHL Rookie of the Year, 72-73 AHL Second All-Star Team, and coaching career again, 79 season with Welland, 80-83 Merrimack as an assistant, 83-98 Merrimack head coach, 99-2008 Chicago Blackhawks as a scout, and again the Chicago Blackhawks director of player personnel. Head coaching record, pretty well even, 254, 253, and 24. Again, college. Championships, 87 ECAC East regular season and tournament champion. 88 ECAC East regular season champion tournament victor, and again 89 East regular season champion and East tournament champion. Overall, in again the head coaching record, best season overall has to be that 88 campaign, 34-6. Again, getting into NCAA quarterfinals. But the respect Merrimack has had over the years, because they fought their way to get back into the NCAA main division, or Division One, and they've more than earned their spot there. But to my memory, ladies and gentlemen, in the history of Moncton, New Brunswick, there's been some great coaches. I don't think there's been a head coach and an official and a management person with as many years of top flight results as him. I'd like to research that a little bit. But, when you won 3 Stanley Cups and you're NCAA, one of the most respected coaches after a good NCAA career, it just goes to show that in the Anderson family, and, I would do it on, if John Anderson's middle name was Ron, there'd be 4 Andersons. So that's the story of the 3 Andersons. Each one is part of hockey history. Again, the first goal in the WHA with the first Ron Anderson. We're talking about the second Ron Anderson that really deserved to get into the WHA after an impressive career in the minor leagues. And again, Ron Anderson from Moncton, who basically showed everybody that